Hey guys, Chivo's here, back for another Football Manager 15 video, and have I got news for you? We are not at Gibraltar Phoenix today, we are down in England, playing, well, a Parkster Prem save you could say, and we are Eastleigh, that is correct, we are Eastleigh, who have just been promoted into the Vanarama Conference, but let's have a look at me, just quickly. Everything on the left is practically 5 for the coaching, and everything on the right is 5 for the coaching. My knowledge of England's good. Australia's not too bad. I accidentally made myself English and not Australian, but that's not a problem. The tactic is there. I call it the anchor, because technically that's what it is, an anchor. But that is the tactic, and we haven't done anything yet. So let's just quickly, I'll show you the tactic here. So we are playing the anchor, a counter structured, and I will be retaining possession, working the ball into the box, playing narrower, use tighter marking, closing down more with a lower tempo. But I won't show you the team yet. We had a friendly against our under-21s, it was a 1-0 win. We had a 0-0 draw against Matlock, a 2-1 loss to Cheltenham, a 3-0 loss to Yeovil, a 2-0 win to Stoke under-21s, and a 1-0 win to Castles. So, not a bad pre-season, I'll say. Not the best, but not a bad pre-season. Our first game of the year will be playing against Nuneaton, but first things first, what have I done? Transfer-wise, what have I done? So, you check the history, no one's left the club, unfortunately. I've tried, but on the ins, I've got some big names. Damien Mazika, he's 27-year-old, the Frenchman. If you check his playing history, he's played at Torquay, Scunthorpe, Bury, Chester. So he did play in League One for AS Nancy Lorraine, didn't get any game time, went on loan out to one of the lower divisions, and then came to England and played in the higher leagues of England. Not a bad defensive midfielder, picked him up for free. £1,200 a week, bit expensive, but a great all-around player. Frederick Champion we also brought in on a free. He can play midfield or central defensive midfield. He's only on £190 a week. He's only 20 years old. About another 4 years development, but he's a quality player. If you look, great technicals for £190 a week. Mentals could be a bit better, and physicals aren't too bad either. You check his history, he's 20-year-old. He was released from Tottenham. QPR picked him up, and they released him as well, so he can start his career over at Eastleigh. We brought in Dean Howe as a left back, an older player, 33 years old, bit of a veteran of the game. He is on £750 a week, but the thing you've got to look at is his technicals are great for this level. 10 corners, 14 crossing, 12 dribbling, 11 free kick taking, 11 long shots, 12 penalty taking, 10 tackling. Physicals are great, mentals need a bit of work, but the main thing is he can play left back and left wing back, because we are playing with wing backs. You check his history, spent a lot of time in the conference and League 2. Never really stayed at a club, but you know, he's proved himself in the conference, which is good news for us. We've also brought in Sam Park, and a 33-year-old striker. We do have existing strikers, but this guy really caught my eye for £900 a week. A very good player. 16 penalty taking, 11 passing, 10 tackling, 13 heading. This guy is more a target man, and that's how I want to play him. You check his career stats. He was a Chelsea recruit. Went on loan to a few League One teams. Back at Chelsea, nothing happened. Went out to Northampton on loan for a whole year before getting released on a free and going to Swindon. Was then picked up by Ipswich before, didn't really make a name for himself before going on to Luton, where he played a bit, just casually, I'd say. Went off to Leyton Orient on a loan, then went to Walsall on a free, went over to Scotland for a couple of years, even played at St Mirren, went back to England to Exeter, got released, and now he's at Eastleigh. So if you look in the prime of his career, when he was at Swindon, he was banging 20 goals a season. So he could be promising. He is 33, but he could be promising. Jake Fowler we brought in, a very versatile final third player, can play anywhere the midfield roles and striker as well. He's only 20 years old, £425 a week. His technicals are not good. His physicals are alright, his mentals are not good. But he's still got 4 years development, so hopefully I can develop him into a slightly better player. And if you look at him, he was a Middlesbrough youngster, didn't get anywhere, went on loan to Gateshead in the conference, only appeared 4 times, and then was released by Middlesbrough. So we've picked up Jake Fowler, and we've also brought in Matthew Fletcher, the Australian. That's correct, Australian. I am Australian. I do like to favour the Aussies a bit, but I couldn't go past this deal. £475 a week for a 21-year-old with great technicals in my eyes for this level. He's got great physicals. Natural fitness will be a big key, sitting at 14, and he's a poacher, so we can play him as a poacher. And he was a Sunderland youngster, went on a free to Oxford, didn't get a start, then went to Sheffield on a free, didn't get a start, then loaned out to Cambridge, only had 2, and then went to Hull on a free. They didn't like him either, so he's come to Eastleigh. So that's the transfers I've made. No money spent, which is very good. No one on the outs yet. And let's check the squad now, just quickly. So this is the squad: Ross Fitney, Dean Beckwith, Jamie Turley, Paul Reed, Dan Spence, Will Evans, Damien Mozica, Dean Howell, Craig Stanley, Jai Reason, and Jack Midson will be the starting lineup for now. A very old side, to be honest. If you look at the ages, a lot of players that are in their 30s, which I'm not happy about, so I will need to bring youth into our squad. On the bench, we'll have Josh Humm, Chris Todd, Jamie Collins, Jake Fowler, James Constable, Sam Parkin, Ben Strevens are there. On the outs, I want to get Odobade out. Jack Smith and Harrison Weeks, I want on loan deals there on the youngsters. Frederick Champion will be staying at the club, although he's wanted already. Matthew Fletcher will be staying. Stuart Fleetwood, Ben Wright I'm trying to get rid of, and Tony Lee I want to loan out as well. So that is the rundown. No under 18s, only one under 21, and I do not rate him at all. So that's the squad for now. Competition wise, we will be playing in the Van Raalte Conference. We will be playing in the English FA Cup and the English FA Trophy, and the season preview leaves us in 9th. Quite surprising, I think, but 9th position is a reasonable target. We did just get promotion, but I reckon we can get a respectable finish. So 9th is not a bad prediction. And we will go into today's game, the first game of the season against Nuneaton. And just looking at the squad, I have to get rid of all these players for now. What am I thinking? Jack Midson will definitely get the start. Reason, Stanley, Howell. Oh, Howell. I could play him. I could play Green. Howell will more than likely get the start. But Matthew Fletcher, I'm thinking of putting on the bench for Fowler. No, I'll tell you what, I'll leave Fletcher off this game. I'll give Midson his run out. And as you can see, Jack Midson is quality for this level. Natural fitness of 16, jumping reach of 12, heading of 13. This man will be deployed as the target man. So we'll put him down as the target man attack, or no, we'll put him as support. May as well drop him back. Jai Reason, very good player. Personally, I want an attacking midfielder. That's how I'm going to keep that. Craig Stanley, sitting in the middle of the park, is a central midfielder. Could play him as deep line playmaker or a box-to-box, but central midfield can stay. I've got the 2 wing backs sitting out wide, as you can see. Mr. Dean Howell on the left will be playing the wing back, and on the right, Dan Spence will also be playing the wing back. 2 defensive midfielders. I want to keep those there. I have a feeling we're going to be on the defence a lot this year, so I'll play a really defensive formation. I've got Reed, Turley, and Beckwith at the back with Fitney in goal, and the other tactics I've got are the 4-4-2 diamond, which could really work out, and the 5-1-2-2. So another very defensive tactic. But for now, we'll stay with the 3-5-1-1 with 2 defensive midfielders. We'll push on to the game and see what happens. So they'll be lining up with the 4-3-3, as I like to call it, or you could call it a 4-1-2-3. But we'll be playing the 3-5-1-1, and let's push on. I'm expecting a win. We want to start the season off with a bang, and getting a win would be the best way to do that. And we are playing in the red today. We have a blue home kit, a red away kit, and people are scoring already if you look in the top right. But hopefully we can get something out of this game. I'd be happy with a draw. I just want points on the board, and it looks like we're not going to get that here, as they have just scored the first goal of the game after 20 minutes through Craig Curran. Very unfortunate for our boys, but we can always bounce back. If things don't work out well in the first half, we can always adapt a different tactic in the second half. Great header there, and Ross Whitney had a shocker. Didn't even watch where the ball was going. Dean Spence has picked up a knock, our right wing back, which is not a good thing to see, because I don't think we have much depth in that role. And I'm thinking of changing the tactic. Although we are good on the defence. Here we go, speaking too soon. Walker, great tackle there from the boys. Curran, don't punish us. Starosta, come on boys, get in there. There you go, Howell. Here's Turley, play forward mate, play forward. Go Midson, Midson's surely one-on-one. Surely, go. Oh, you need to be doing better than that. That's a clear-cut opportunity wasted. And I'll tell the boys, unlucky, things haven't gone right, and they are loving it. So I need to make a change at the right back position, which I don't currently have. Although Will Evans can drop into that role. He's not very good there, but he can drop back. So what I'm thinking now is, instead of playing this formation, I'll go with the 5-1-2-2, so we can play a straight flat 5 at the back. Spence needs to go, so Chris Todd will be coming in. Jai Reason can push. Mozika can play here, and we'll play a 5-3-2. Turley is a defender, so I've just made an absolute blunder there. We'll fix this up properly. Turley comes down, Spence comes off, Constable comes on, and Midson is going to be my target man. So I'll fix this now. He'll be playing the target man support, and Jack Midson will be playing the deep line playmaker. So let's push on to the second half and see what we can get out of this, because it is obviously 1-0. We are playing defensive structured, which I'm not happy about, but I think I might change that depending on how this highlight goes. And it looks like we're going to concede here. Oh, they've just hit the bar. So I'm going to change from defensive structured. I'm going to go into I'll go attacking fluid, because we do have that space at the back. So I'll tell the boys that they should really push from the back forward and get some real attacking threat. But Dyer to Soji, and that makes it 2-0 after 65 minutes. Once again, not a good start to the season, but it's early days. We can always change and adapt. So hopefully we can get a better result out of this. But, you know, it's trial and error right now. Trial and error. And at the moment, this is an error. But we can only push forward. So coming near the end of the game, I'll make another substitution here. I'll bring on Jake Fowler for reason. I'll push Fowler up forward. And I'll tell you what, I'll give Chris Todd a run out. Oh no, I won't. Mazika's looking a bit faded. Give Jamie Collins a run out. So another 15 minutes left in the game, and just see what we can do. I don't think we'll be able to pinch one back. There's 7 minutes left on the clock. Just gotta keep pushing, you know. 2-0 is not a bad loss. This should be the final highlight of the game. And it is. 2-0 full time at Liberty Way. Very unfortunate. I'll calmly tell the boys, unlucky. And look at that. They're very happy with that. And that does leave us in 23rd. But it is the first day of the season, you've got to remember. Surely I can get something out of the next few results. And we'll just push. As you see, schedule-wise, got a few games coming up. I'll try and keep these games evenly spaced. As you can see, it's a massive season. So I'll probably try and get 6 to 10 games in a season, depending on how we go in the FA Cup and the FA Trophy and things like that. So I'm thinking maybe we'll push after another couple games. Altrincham, Forest Green. We'll check the season preview. We'll see who's with our on our level. Kidderminster, so Nuneaton we played. Kidderminster, Wrexham or Grisby. Kidderminster, Wrexham or Grisby. We could do the Wrexham game. That's quite a while away though. Maybe Dartford. We'll go back to the season. Dartford. Yeah, I tell you what, I'll come back for the Dartford games. Their season preview is 18th. So Dartford aren't looking too bad. So we'll try and play them and see how we go. But in the meantime, my name has been Chivos. Thank you for watching. I've got my Twitter link down in the description below. And hopefully I'll see you guys soon. Thanks for watching.